Even before he took control of North Korea, Kim Jong-il's influence over the country's movie industry was immense. The young dictator-in-waiting loved films. His obsession drove him to bizarre lengths, even kidnapping South Korea's most famous director and actress couple in the 70s. Most of the movies produced under Kim's guidance glorified the North Korean soldier and military. The message in these films was that the leadership, the party, and the military were above all else. But that message seems to be changing under Kim's son, Kim Jong-un. Fewer large-scale productions have been made since Kim's death in 2011. More North Koreans are now getting the messages their government wants them to see from the small screen.
What was so striking about the North Korean dramas that I watched from the Kim Jong-un era, it was almost a reversal. So instead of saying, put the state first, put Kim Jong-il first, they're saying, put your family first. So I saw it as a kind of attempt to restore some of those family bonds that perhaps were broken under this long extended period of rule under Kim Jong-il when they were told to put the military first or put the state first.
Gene Lee was the Pyongyang bureau chief for the Associated Press when it became the first international news organization with a full-time presence in North Korea. Lee is now a fellow at the Wilson Center and researched the new North Korean soap operas.
We had the TV on and looked up at the screen and saw this scene that it really made me do a double take because the style of it and the setting looked like it was South Korean. So I just did a double take and said to my staff, is that a South Korean drama? And they said no, but they were extremely proud to tell me that it was this new North Korean drama. There was a stylistic difference that was immediate, and that got me thinking that this is something that bears investigation, that there was this shift.
One of the most striking elements of the dramas is how they plainly address everyday life. The misbehaving child, using homemade shovels for compulsory work duty, organized by the Inminban, or Neighborhood Watch, and even the recurring power outages.
Just remember that North Korea does not have a steady power supply, and even then, as in now, the electricity is severely rationed. What's so interesting is that they acknowledge this in this particular drama. There is an amazing scene where they get home and it's completely pitch black, the building. So obviously the elevator isn't operating. So there's a great scene where one of the residents is jogging outside and he says to one of his neighbors, well, if I'm going to climb 20 floors, I've got to keep my heart strong. So it's just an interesting acknowledgement that these blackouts still exist, but also a lesson that they're trying to tell the people to approach all of this with a good attitude.
The North Korean dramas share similarities with the popular programming coming out of South Korea, such as Because This Is My First Life and Jugglers. These dramas have gained an international fan base, including in the North, where smuggled USB drives hide the latest melodramas.
The style, as I said, is so reminiscent of South Korean films and dramas that I can't help but think that somebody's watching them and trying to gain some cues from the South Korean dramas. But I have no proof of that. It's just speculation on my part.
This type of propaganda is different from what the world is used to seeing coming out of North Korea.
This is messaging meant for a domestic audience. This is not messaging meant for us. These are not meant for us in the outside world to watch. It's not just the visual element of seeing that on the screen. It's what it tells them too. It's like giving them permission to be fashionable again and to flirt and to argue and all of these things, just giving them a little bit more space.
웃음꽃은 성으로 피는